Day 8 of training camp. I think it's day 8. We're getting at the point of training camp where I lose count of how many days it is, but I think it's day 8. Got some news, some notes, some on the field stuff, some stuff. Let's jump into this. What is up, Finn fans? We're getting there. We're chugging along. We're in August. The Dolphins play on the 10th at Chicago against the Bears at 1 o'clock. I think that is live nationally on the NFL Network. Until then, they have tomorrow, Sunday, off Monday, Tuesday, have camp Wednesday, no camp Thursday, joint practice with the Bears, and then they have the game. So there's that. Before we jump into McDaniel's presser, on the field stuff, and some of the players' pressers, I want to address something. Everyone has seen the news, the breaking news. Parsons is asking for a trade. Him and Jerry Jones going to come to some type of mutual agreement on a contract. So he is asking for a trade. Will he actually be traded? I don't know. Myles Garrett said he doesn't want to be, he wants to go to a winner. And then the Browns were like, here's money. And he was like, I love the Browns. They're my favorite thing. The thing I will say, and I've gotten a few of this on Twitter, is no, the Miami Dolphins aren't going to try, nor should they try to get Parsons. You got Chop. Yeah, obviously I would love Chop mixed with Parsons. I've talked about Parsons being one of my favorite defenders in the NFL. It's not a Dolphin, yada, yada, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't make sense for Miami. They aren't a pass rusher away from being a Super Bowl team. God forbid the Dolphins win 6 games this upcoming season. You all of a sudden don't have any draft picks, don't have any draft cap space to build your team. Plain and simple. It's going to cost a minimum of 2 ones and possibly a third and a player to get Parsons. And then on top of that, the reason he wants to be traded is because he wants a new contract. So you're going to have to pay him around TJ Watt type money. Again, there goes your cap space. It doesn't make any sense for the Dolphins. It makes sense for like the Tennessee Titans or the New England Patriots, these guys that have potential future quarterbacks on their team and have a ton of cap space. But for the Dolphins, it makes no sense. So I just wanted to address that real quick because I saw the news of Parsons wanting to be traded, and it's just something that needs to be talked about. Anyway, Mike McDaniel will miss players running into metal sticks on the sideline if they are removed at some point. He was kidding, because if you guys watched the preseason game yesterday where the Chargers beat the Detroit Lions, I was like, who'd they play? They added the digital first down markers, which good. The tennis has been doing that for how long now? And now Miami's just slowly like, oh, well, we should look into that. On Zealer not holding in, McDaniel says his actions speak. He has shared a vision for the Dolphins with McDaniel. Zealer has. Dolphins call it grown man stuff, talking about Tua Tagovailoa and talking about him and Tyreek Hill is still working to rebuild his relationship with the team after last year's season-ending comments. Dolphins coach Mike McDaniel says he gets really happy anytime he sees Steeler on the field. Said it's a testament of his character as he's trying to show us how to play football. Again, Steeler isn't the type of guy to hold in or hold out or any of that stuff. On Kendall Sheffield says we will see him today, which is good news. Sheffield has been doing well in camp, so it's nice to get a cornerback back. Mike McDaniel said Byron Matos is getting better with his family and with the appropriate care. No timetable right now on his return to practice. I don't think anyone's really worried about his return to practice. Just get better. Mike McDaniel thinks Alexander Madison is more than a pigeonholed short yardage back. He calls him a mad dog. Patrick Paul, this is what McDaniel has to say about Patrick Paul. Patrick Paul is having a very good camp. That's because he's very good 5 week. That's because he had a very good 5-week training on his own following a great 8-week program in the off season. Barry Jackson tells Mike McDaniel he is a nice person and wonders if he thought about being more of an SOB and a hard ass in 2025. And then McDaniel said, "You're damn right I've thought about it." In all sincerity, he was being very focused on the accountability and trust. Asked McDaniel if he and Greer plan to bring in any of the handful of proven veterans still on the street, at least for a visit. Was non-committal, but said, we are constantly trying to improve the team. The way players are developing, I have more than enough to keep my attention. Interesting. Former Texas quarterback Quinn Ewers is the one who started Friday's practice, coming out and saying hi to the fans. Our orange jersey of the day is Jordan Brooks. Not Willie Gay. Wasn't Willie Gay. Center Aaron Brewer working on the sideline with trainer as has been the case at many practices. His return will help the O-line greatly. Rookie cornerback BJ Adams, who has been in concussion protocol at practice, is a red no contact jersey. He's making progress. Chris Perkins says he really likes the way I really like what I see from Jonah, especially in 11-on-11 and one-on-ones. But even in individual drills, he has good feet and seems to be detail-oriented, seems to take drills seriously as opposed to simply going through the motions. I have footage of Patrick Paul versus Chubb, and he holds his all. Could say the same for Grant. He's been a rock in the middle at this point. It appears Finn's hit on the first and second pick for the second straight year. Let's not get ahead of ourselves, but things look promising at this point. I'm gonna knock on wood, hopefully. Cornerbacks Jack Jones and Mike Hilton getting extra coaching and drills as though they're trying to speed the learning process. One-on-ones, O-line versus D-line. Phillips beats AJ, Austin Jackson. Benito beats Mayer. Jonah holds off Grant. Paul holds off Chubb. Probably stand off in 1v1s. Nice stuff from both sides, which is awesome to hear. This is a pass. Shout out again to my guy Tommy from Hialeah. This is a pass Quinn Ewers through. Apparently it's a touch high. Here's Quinn. Drop him back. Yeah, a little high. It was good coverage, though. You got to shout out to the corner that's covering on that. It's good coverage. Then we have, which one's this? Quinn to Armstrong, Andrew Armstrong. Let's see this one. These are all one-on-ones. Nice play. 23 got beat a little bit on that one. Okay, one-on-ones, safeties versus tight end. Saunders, nice pass breakup versus Julian Hill. Saunders flashes and shows promise. Rucci, nice grab versus Campbell. Campbell, nice defense versus Connor. Campbell competes. I trust him from scrimmage. One-on-one, O-line versus D-line again. Murphy defeats Hayes for a third straight D-line win. Second team O-line struggling in one-on-ones, same as 11-on-11s. Murphy been doing well. Same could be said for most backup edge rushers. They have a good camp. Teron Armstead was seen at camp today, which is awesome to hear. I think this here is Patrick Paul holding his all. Let's see. Oh, okay. I see you, big man. He got blown back, though. Over here, if you didn't see it the first time. That's a nice bull rush. He got blown back a little bit, but who would you give that win to? Chop only took one rep of one-on-ones. Not sure if that's precautionary. Hopefully it isn't anything serious. 11-on-11 offense at defense's 45-yard line to incomplete to Ingold, who was open ahead of Jalen Phillips in coverage. I have that video here. Ingold should have caught this. Shout out again to Tommy. You got to catch that. In my honest opinion, it could have been thrown to the other shoulder, but still, you got to catch that. That's an easy catch. H-hand, nice 6 or 8 yard run off the tackle. Patrick Paul had a nice block there. This is the same run. Again, shout out to my guy, Tommy. There you go. Nice little run there. This is Madison. Also with a nice run. Nice little lane there. Okay, I see you. Again, he don't pigeonhole him into just being a short yardage guy. Quinn Bell busts up a screen from Zach Wilson, who tries to throw. His instincts are heightened, which is nice to see. Ollie Gordon has a nice run, patient run to press by play. Slowly shifts to the backside before finding a lane and cutting back downfield for 5 or 6. Addison West, now nice run block on Cam Good, who has been strong versus the run. West has been up and down, such most of the backup O-line has been. Zeke Biggers has been consistently disruptive. He shoots across Brunskill's face to make the back bubble in the backfield. This is great recovery from Ewers, is what Tommy says in this one. Ooh, that would have been a sack. He wasn't ready for it, but also that would have been a sack right here. Doot. But also, get your head around, man. Make the catch. Edge, Derek McGlendon, excellent job shedding a block on offensive tackle. Jalen McKenzie on a run. These backup edge rushers doing well, or is that because the offensive line is doing doo-doo butter? Chop Robinson stops Devon Achane in the backfield, busting up an end around. Sealer resets the front side of the line of scrimmage, and Jalen Phillips dents the back side for a stuff on Jalen Wright. Jonah with a nice one-on-one run block versus Benito Jones, who can be tough to move. Chris Perkins says, I like the rookie. Sealer strips right. Ball goes in the air. Chop catches it, runs it for a touchdown, maybe 50 yards. Pay the man. Matt Dickerson with a tackle for a loss on Ollie Gordon run. Dickerson has performed well in camp. And I have to apologize to Matt Dickerson. If you are watching this, Matt Dickerson, which I don't know if you are, when I first looked at the depth chart, I think going into the draft, I was looking at who was opposite of Sealer, and I was like, Matt Dickerson, we need more, and this, and that. He's showing up, and I was wrong so far, so I love being wrong about these things. Eric Uzukama with a 20-yard reception from Zach Wilson, who was flushed out of the pocket by Grayson Murphy. 11 on 11 red zone offense at the 12-yard line. 2 at a Tyreek Dotson tackle for loss for maybe 1 yard loss. Defense had Reek surrounded. Nice job snuffing out that play. This is a play here. Who is the quarterback? I think this is Tua. That's the play. Can we stop with the bubble screens? Please, can we stop with the bubble screens? Like, for the love of everything holy on this earth. Steelers sack on Tua. Steelers been balling. Jordan Brooks playlist now on I Ain't No Joke, which is funny. Tua to Tyreek Hill for a 3-yard touchdown in the red zone drills. Another tackle for loss. Back off offensive line getting smoked. Jordan Phillips showed the power earlier. Now the quickness as he penetrates downhill, tagging off on Madison behind the line of scrimmage. Matt Dickerson with a 5-yard tackle for a loss on Ollie Gordon's run. This isn't sounding well for the offensive line. Mo Kamara leaving a field with the trainer. Hopefully it's nothing serious. Theo Weiss with a touchdown catch in the back of the end zone from Quinn Ewers over BJ Adams. John Saunders Jr. pulled down an interception off of Quinn Ewers in a red zone pass. This is the pass from Ewers to Theo Weiss Jr. Nice. That's a nice catch, especially with the defender getting his hand up there. That's a nice catch right there. Mo Kamara walked off the practice field with the trainer to an ambulance, possible IV. Not sure he was walking fine. Yeah, probably dehydrated. Another red zone 11 on 11 offense on the 10-yard line. Tua to Waddle on the right side for a gain of 4. Excellent coverage by Storm Duck. Nice throw and catch. Jack Jones with a red zone interception covering Westbrook on a throw from Zach Wilson. Here is Quinn Ewers. Oh, no, we already seen this one. Special teams period. It's early and I don't want to get ahead of anything, but I'm not seeing a good amount of rookies and youngsters getting early reps. Seems like a lot of vets every day. Rookies and youngsters need special teams to earn a spot. At camp today, Chad Johnson, Terrell Armstead, obviously Darren Waller and Jalen Connors holding court with Tyreek Hill in the middle of the field during special teams. Cool to see Chad Johnson there. For what it's worth, Chubb wearing brace on right knee again, but it's not inhibiting his movement. Tua finds Julian Hill over the middle. Safety, Dante Trader working hard on the side with the trainer. Helmet is on, shorts and jersey as opposed to a practice gear, which could suggest his return is imminent. Again, if you remember, Mike McDaniel did say that the 8th joint practice with the Bears is where he expects him to be back. Here's a play here. This is Tua to, I think, Julian Hill. Little motion here from Ingold. Single back formation now. Dropping back. Pressure in his face. Nice. All right, Julian. I see you. My man. It's about that time for Willie Gay to make his appearance known. He doesn't yet have a tackle for a large sack today. I'm guessing that'll change. Sealer, quick penetration by Achane, gets by and follows blocks of Paul and Jonah for a burst of 6 yards. Nice to see a play that could have been nothing turn into something. Dolphins working on situational period at the start at the 45-yard line. Tua drops the offense to the 19-yard line with a Waddle 3rd down reception and a Pharaoh Brown check down that gets him into the end zone. Offensive line, Liam Eichenberg riding stationary bike with sleeve on his left leg. Liam, the Finns' best backup offensive line, is on the PUP list. No pre-snap penalty flags yet. Finns have steadily improved in that area. Tanner Connor over Jordan Colbert deep for a touchdown, and Zach Wilson lobbed it up for him, contested in the air, and the bigger Connor tipped to himself. Alexander Madison with an 11-yard run on the right side. Got a first down. He looked good lately. He's gotten better with pads on. Grayson Murphy deflects a screen to Easy E to end Quinn Ewers' drive. Jalen Phillips with right red zone coverage on end zone pass to Alec Ingold. Couldn't see if it was dropped. That's from Omar Kelly. Red zone jet to Devon Achane for a 10-yard touchdown. Jalen Phillips sacks Tua in a goal line situation. Then Tua to Tyreek Hill again behind the tent. So I have no details for you. 5-yard score strike. That's from Travis Wingfield. Ollie Gordon with a 10-yard touchdown run up the gut of Miami's 3rd team defense. Pop pass goes to Tanner Connor this time, and Chop is all over it. Immediately collision in the backfield in live settings. Another false start. This is on Tariq Black from the 3-yard line. Should have been backed offense to the 8-yard line. Again, at least it's not on the offensive line, I'll say that. 3rd and goal from the 3, Zach Wilson to D. Estridge, touchdown, corner of the end zone, working over the top of John Saunders. Red zone drill, Quinn Ewers to touchdown to Pharaoh Brown. Jordan Phillips fight off initial block from Ingold to match tackle, to make the tackle on Jalen Wright for maybe a 2-yard gain. Newly acquired offensive tackle Jalen McKenzie going inside facility accompanied by trainers. Can we just not get injured? Storm Duck pass breakup on a deep pass from Tua to Tyreek Hill. That's nice to hear. Chris Perkins also says early start to practice has been really helpful right now. It's 89 degrees with feels like 94. Practice is about to end, so McDaniel made a wise move moving the practice up about 90 minutes each day to miss the really real heat and humidity, which I'm happy about when I go down there. 3rd and 1, Jason Marshall get great rep to jam Estridge, flip the hips, stay in phase as Wilson tries the long shot. Practice concludes with KJ Britt on a pad pop hit at the line of scrimmage on the back. Oohs and ahs from the crowd. Overall, it seems like another very defensive dominant day. Worries me about the offensive line. I'm happy with some aspects of the offensive line, like with Jonah, Jonah, Patrick, Paul. You know, those guys are doing well. I need to see Brewer back in the middle and really get some more fortification. I don't even know if that's a word on that offensive line. Here are some player pressers, some little quotes here. Tight end Farrell Brown says he's in the best shape of his life working out in this heat. Hopefully he can really come out and do something great for us. Brunskill says, you guys got speed here. There's a lot of friggin' speed here. He says he's been focused at center at the moment and is ready to jump the guard if needed. KJ Britt says the love and the passion he has for the game is contagious. KJ Britt also says to see the want in guys, to see the want in your teammates. Short yardage can win and lose you games. We're seeing who can count on it. KJ Britt also says we set a standard in the room and we were trying to abide by it. He also says this is one of the best teams I've been part of speed-wise. The offense is very tricky. Ollie Gordon chatted. He said it was great for us. We had 4 or 5 backs in and everybody was moving the ball. The O-line was getting some push. You couldn't tell that we just started playing together. He also said is going for the 4 and 5 yard runs and not just home runs, which was a mistake he made last season at OSU. If you guys remember coming into last college season, he was one of the top running backs. Talking about Devon Achane, Ollie Gordon said, I didn't realize how fast he was until I saw him run. Then Tyreek Hill was at the podium. He said Tua's comments about him needing to build his relationship with the team were needed for him. He's trying to go out about things the right way this year, starting with camp. Tyreek Hill says he took notes in meetings for the first time in his career. Even if he knows something, he just jots it down. There's also a quote from him saying that he didn't really know the playbook until this year. So the past 3 years, he was kind of iffy on it. Take with that what you will. I feel like he's kind of not talking himself up, but maybe embellishing a little bit, but he said he has a better grasp of it now. Maybe we see a little bit more of that. I talked about him not knowing the playbook his first year, but then I was informed Tyreek likes to Tyreek it up a little bit with some of his quotes. But that's another day in camp. They got camp this weekend, tomorrow and Sunday. Like I said, off Monday and Tuesday. I have a fantastic interview with Warren Sharp that will be out Monday. He breaks down everything about the Miami Dolphins, statistically, analytically. Fantastic. You guys are also going to get a crazy promo code to get his book on the cheap, so go out and get it when you see the video on Monday. But yeah, that's what I got for you guys today. Comment below, let me know what you guys think. If you haven't yet, go check out the podcast. If you're listening to this on the podcast, go subscribe to the YouTube channel because you didn't get to see the videos. And also, if you haven't yet, go grab yourself one of the shirts linked in the description. I will see you tomorrow. Like usual, stay classy and fins up.